It is a piano recital 20 years in the making. Saturday, March 21st at 6 p.m. at the Klein Center for the Performing Arts at Buena High School. Francie's Youth Piano Competition and Fundraising Recital will take place, and that is why we are checking in with her on this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by the Ed Morse Automotive Group. Sierra Vista and Cochise County are backed by Morse. Francie, first of all, thank you so much for seeing us today. So good to see you.
I'm so honored to be here.
It's exciting to talk to you. As we were talking before we started rolling, so many people that I know in my circle of influence, they're like, oh my gosh, you're going to talk to Francie. That's so great. Everybody loves you.
Okay, well, I'm happy about that.
Before we talk about your background and how long you've been teaching piano in our area, let's talk about this recital. First of all, can you believe it's the 20th?
No, it's passed by so quickly. It's been a lot of work, but I'm looking forward to it.
And how will the competition portion work? So there's a competition and a recital. Does it all start at 6 p.m. or is the competition happening
So
earlier?
The competition is held every November, October-November time. And then the fundraising recital for the next competition is held in March-April time. So this event is the fundraiser for the next competition that comes up, and it highlights all those first place winners from November that won in level 1 through 12. And they'll be highlighted in the performances on Saturday evening next week.
Okay, and most important, well, not the most important question, but an important question. How much does it cost to attend this fundraising recital on Saturday, March 21st?
So believe it or not, for the last 20 years, all our recitals pretty much are free, and we take a goodwill offering from everyone who has the chance to make a donation. It's, tax write-off because it is a nonprofit, and so we've been able to survive 20 years like that.
That's absolutely incredible. And I mean, it appears like there's going to be dozens and dozens of performers. So obviously all levels being represented. You said level 1 through 12. What does that encompass? What age groups?
So we have level 1 through 4 is 12 and under. And if you're 13 and up, you will compete in a level 5 up to level 12. And so that kind of makes it a little bit fair so that you don't have like an 18-year-old competing against a 6-year-old in level 1. And so that way everybody gets a chance to be fair and compete. And it's one of those things that kind of inspires kids to continue with their music playing. And
knowing that these are the best of the best, they're the ones who won the competition portion back in November.
Yes.
People are really in for a treat.
I mean, I wish all the first, second, and third place winners could perform, but then our concert would be way too long. So we're just highlighting those first place winners. And it's interesting, over the years, I mean, I've seen students who may have entered when they were 8 years old, and then they're now taller than me and teenagers and whatnot. So you see the growth and the process of becoming a better musician over time. And it's just absolutely wonderful to see. I think my favorite part about the competition when it's held in November is, everybody's biting their nails, waiting for the judges' response and to see who gets first place, and just to see the joy on the families' faces, the support, and even sometimes the best parts are when even a student hasn't won, they go out and congratulate the winners, and it's been a positive experience overall.
So, not only is it a great experience, for the families and the winners, but there is a sportsmanship aspect to it.
It's like a family. Yeah. It's like a family. So one of the things we are bringing back this year, we had one winner, Brandon Delian. He won 7 times. I think
7 times.
7 times. They moved away for part of a few years, so he didn't win all 12 times. But he started off at level 1. I think that was back in 2011. And he graduated and went on to study music. And he's come back to play. He just graduated, and he's coming back to play as a guest performer. And it's just kind of like that full circle moment,
That is super cool.
And he's getting ready to get married. And he started off when he was, yeah.
So being able to do this for 20 years, let's talk about you personally. What is your formal training and music education?
Well, I started piano with my mom at the age of 5, and then she sent me to a piano instructor, Len Sorrento, in the little island of Dominica where I grew up, and I followed the British system with the Royal Schools of Music, all 8 levels, and then I got a Trinity Performance degree. And then after that, I went to Canada to study my Bachelor of Piano Performance in University of Ottawa, and then got married, had kids, and ended up moving to the United States.
So how long have you been teaching piano then? So, and what aspects that you learned along the way through your early education and then through the formal education, getting the degree, how were you able to take the things that you learned from there to make it your own?
Well, growing up in a little island, there aren't those opportunities. I mean, I wish I had those opportunities when I was young. And then living in Canada, I had students that competed in competitions, and I myself did a few in university as well. And it's just that there's something missing when students don't get that opportunity, because not everybody's going to be a doctor, not everybody's going to be a lawyer, but there are those people who are like crazy musicians that are really good or like want the opportunity. And even if they don't study music afterwards, it touches a part of their heart. And for me to give them that opportunity here was like, if I had that, that's one thing I would have loved to have had. So we didn't have the opportunity here for kids that young age, levels 1 through 4, having a competition here. We do have the CMTA with a competition level 4 and up. So I wanted to give that opportunity to students, and plus my kids were coming up in Sierra Vista as well at the time. I was just a new mother, or just starting out, getting married and all of that stuff. So I wanted to have that opportunity for my kids.
How exciting. And again, knowing that you've trained along the way, literally generations of families here in this area over the 20 years. What styles of music do you teach? The classical, the jazz, the pop?
A little bit of everything. Every student is different. I mean, we want always our students to have all the basics of classical music, but as they grow older and we know not every musician loves classical music, we branch out and kind of use that as a tool to motivate them as well. If they're playing music they love, then they're going to play it. What
is your favorite style of music, or composers or artists that you love listening to?
The Romantic era is my favorite, so Liszt and Chopin would be my favorites.
Wow. And growing up with that, did you hear a lot of that as a child? Is that what got you engaged with it? Did your parents listen to that?
Yes, my mom was a voice instructor, so we had music, in the background all the time. And as I grew up, I accompanied her in different choirs and church and all of that stuff as well.
Do you find that it helps when, and maybe this is a better question, can music be learned, or is it something that is inherited, or is it a combination of both?
It can be learned by anybody. I mean, if you were in a prison every day playing the piano, you'd be an excellent musician. I mean, anybody can do it, but who has the time in this day and age?
We don't encourage people to go to prison, by the way, to learn.
I'm just saying, if you did something every day for the rest of your life, you'll be good at it. So it's just a matter of practicing and determination and motivation.
Is that what's behind your philosophy of teaching? The way that you view it?
Yeah. And some people will take 2 years in a level and just incrementally increase, but it's possible. I've had students with one hand play, and I am blessed to have a student that a few students who are autistic, and then Down syndrome as well. It's my first 2.5 years teaching a student with Down syndrome.
How have you seen the improvements in those who have maybe a learning disability or a sort of a sensitivity to noises and sounds, such as autism? How does music help those kids?
Well, it's interesting because everybody is different. There are some autistic kids that just excel in music, and there are other. It depends where on the spectrum they are. Okay. And other students where the challenging part might be the theory, or the challenging part might be the spatial, where everything is, or hands crossing right to left and stuff like that. So everybody is different, and I'm the patient type of teacher that will know that everybody has a chance to play, and I will work with them no matter what.
It's funny you mentioned theory. That was actually my next question. Do you incorporate theory, ear training, or composition into the lessons?
I don't do too much composition, but there is a little bit of pattern playing where there are these chord progresses that you can do, and students are told to play a certain amount of keys, and they can play along with that and kind of stretch themselves a little bit. But I'm a little bit more of a structured teacher, so I don't do too much of that. There are teachers who kind of expand on that a little bit more than myself.
That's interesting to again, know that that's probably the way that you were trained as well, and being able to take that aspect of your training and be able to, from the learning tree that you grew up with, passing that down to this next generation. In a world that now includes AI music, where you can go on a AI chatbot and say, write me a song about this.
I've had a student do that and brought it in. I was like, that's not possible for the hands, but it sounds great.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, is why is it still important in an age of AI where we can literally type into a computer, play me this song, create a song about this, a rock and roll song or a classical piece that's never been invented before? Why is it still important for individuals to learn how to play an instrument?
Well, creativity is something that is inside of you. I think you can get influenced by AI, but if we lose all of that to AI, then what is life, what is our heart, what is, you know, our history and everything. If you go back years and years to the earliest written music, or even music that was just the monks, and so everything has a path in its way. It reflects your culture, it reflects the times, it reflects what are you going to reflect? You know, it's kind of a lose-lose situation if you depend on that, I think.
How would you encourage someone who maybe is watching this right now thinking, I'm too old to learn how to play the piano. I want to, but I'm too old. I'm too busy. I don't know why I'm attracted to it, but I want to, but I just can't. How would you encourage someone out there right now who might be thinking that they can't?
Well, I think everybody can, but is it, again, if it's time, if you have the time and the energy to do it, anybody can do it. But I've had plenty of students who started as adults who've come on their first lesson and go, oh, they're really excited and scared. And they're like, I wish, we just could never afford it. But at this point in their life, they want to go back to it. I say, go for it. My oldest student was in her 80s, and she took piano from me for 3 years and then went on to do violin. So it's like, if your heart speaks to it and you have the time, again, it takes time. It's not one thing that you can like master in a year. But if you have the time and energy, if you put in that time, anybody, again, can do it. But it's the discipline that it takes.
Isn't it a compliment to know that you've helped someone learn the basics of the piano and they were able to translate it to another instrument?
Yes, that happens all the time. Yeah.
That's
the nice thing about piano, it teaches treble clef, bass clef, all the rhythms, everything that you need. So you can branch out to any other instrument afterwards, and it's easy peasy.
Oh, well, you know what is going to be easy peasy for you to come to the 20th annual fundraising recital at Francie's Youth Piano Competition Recital. You are going to see the absolute best of the best. You're going to see some amazing performers at all age levels. What are the age levels again that we'll be seeing people?
We have from age 6 to, the performers in the service to community are all adults, so massive age difference in there, but the competitors are all under 18. So all the first place winners are under 18.
It's so much fun. And the gift of music is something that Francie has been delivering to our community for over 20 years, and absolutely free of charge. Saturday, March 21st, 6 p.m., Klein Center for Performing Arts. It's your opportunity to see the fundraising recital 20 years in the making. Again, congratulations on everything, Francie.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for talking to us. And for more information about the recital and about all of the things that you can do with music through Francie and her instruction and everything that she can teach you, if you're interested in learning the piano and excelling and taking that time. They say the 10,000 hour rule, you know, like if you do something for 10,000 hours, then you can consider yourself an expert in that. I don't know if I've ever reached 10,000 hours in anything that I've ever done before. So I'm not an expert at anything, but to know that there is an expert who's ready and willing to teach you how to play the piano in the different styles and the ways that you teach, making sure that you have that time, that focus, that opportunity, no matter what your age is. We hope that you'll take advantage of that and definitely come and support all of the instrumentalists, the dozens that will be performing on Saturday, March 21st at 6 p.m. at the Klein Center for Performing Arts at Buena High School. Free admission. They will ask for a donation when you get there. So if you have some change or your checkbook that you can help support this, you can support the arts in our community. You can support music in our community. You can support the ability for those who will continue to learn music in our community Saturday, March 21st. Thank you so much for letting us check in with you. Absolutely lovely to meet you, Francie. And thank you for watching this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by the Ed Morse Automotive Group. Sierra Vista and Cochise County are backed by Morse. 20 years in the making, the 20th annual fundraising recital. Francie's amazing students on display for you Saturday, March 21st, 6 p.m. at Buena High School. You will absolutely love seeing this and experiencing the music, the power of music. It's such a powerful thing, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's beautiful.
And you can see that power, experience it for yourself, Saturday, March 21st. Thank you so much for watching. Please do us a favor, share this video around if you or someone you know are interested in taking piano or expanding your knowledge of piano. This is a video that they want to see and they definitely want to be a part of. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Have a great day, everybody. We'll check in with you again later on.